Aussieville, and welcome to episode 9 of the World Tour at Sport Boys in Peru, and we are back for the closing stage. Now, you can see we just had the one friendly in between just to keep match fitness up. We won it. To be honest, I didn't play it. I let the assistant manager take this one. Andia, Mongolan, and Perez got the goals for us. A good win against Emelec, who are a good team from Ecuador, so nothing to sneeze at there. Today we're going to open up the closing stage, or is that closing up the open stage? I don't know. Against Union Huaral, who we played, and we've beaten them a couple of times, I think. We drew them 0-0 in the opening stage. And Cantolao, we lost to them 2-0. They were right up there in the opening stage. They were one of the teams that were right up there. They ended up second, as a matter of fact. So, big game, that one especially. But you can see, we're 9 points off top. But, we're only 4 points off second. So, it doesn't take much... much of an improvement, just a bit more consistency, I think, and we will find ourselves really challenging for this closing stage, I hope, anyway. Now, one thing I did have a look here, I've sort of been trying to figure out this whole Copper Motive movie star thing. So if we go to rules or the overall table, and look what it looks like to me, we can see the prize money there. We want to finish up as high as we can just for prize money reasons, obviously. But the top two teams qualify for the Libertadores. The next two qualify for the qualifying rounds of that. Then there's a Sudamericana. Now, from what I understand, South America sort of went to a Champions League, Europa League kind of system where Libertadores is the Champions League, and it runs the same time now as the Sudamericana. So if we finish in the top 8, essentially, you can see the way places are allocated here, but it's unlikely, I would imagine, that a team outside of the top 8 is going to go and win. You're not going to win the closing stage unless but then be outside the top 8 of a combined table. I wouldn't have thought. Very unlikely anyway. So if we can push into the top 8 of this overall table where we are right now, I think we'll be in this Copa Sudamericana, and that would just be just something a little extra on the side, wouldn't it, to see how we go against the South America's not quite elite clubs, but we're not far ahead. It's very, very close. But if we can be consistent again, if we finish top half again in this closing stage, I think we can actually... Maybe, who knows? I think we'll give ourselves a chance of getting into some continental football, which is the first year at the club would be absolutely amazing, even though it's literally half the league, I think, if I've read that correctly. It makes it in, but we'll take it. Now, the other thing that's happened since last episode is we did get our youth intake. It's not too bad. Elias here looks quite good, to be honest. He's a left midfielder. I don't think we can really train him as a wing back because he doesn't really have defensive inclinations, let's say, and we're not really playing with wingers right now. So what we'll do, I'm not sure if I already did this. Oh, we can't do it yet because hasn't actually signed. We've got two decent wingers. We've got a right back who could be decent for us as well, and we've got a centre back. Let's have a quick look here. Now I do like to usually name these guys after you, the regens. The problem I'm thinking is that if you want to have a guy named after you, let me know in the comments, and I will definitely look to redo it. Pick your guy here, and we'll look to do that. There's a couple of decent options there. But the problem I'm finding is that, I want to bring in Yuri Ruse. We're going to have a look at him just as a quick update here, because we haven't checked how Shanghai is doing in any case. So now we're sort of halfway through the year, a little bit more. We'll have a look here. Yuri Ruse got a bit of an injury. He's unhappy. All right, wants a new contract, so maybe not. But yeah, Yuri Ruse, you can see, really, really good young Chinese defender. He still isn't capped for the country. The problem is that I would love to bring him with us on the journey. Right now, we can't afford his wages. So, yeah, that's kind of the problem we're having. Now, they're coming 7th in the league. Let's have a quick look at this while we're here. Yeah, they're a long way off the pace too, aren't they, really? They might be able to sneak in to the 4th spot there, but a long way back. Now, how did they do in the Champions League? They didn't get out of their group, did they? They finished bottom of their group. Wow, we are being missed in China, everybody. Wow, that's really disappointing. I thought we left them in a pretty good spot, to be honest. I'm really disappointed to see that. Now, the other person I wanted to check on quickly while we're here is the hero of Pasiba, is Wei An. I'm assuming he's still here. He's still an international player. He's on loan. I did look to bring him in. The problem with Wei An is his wages. Too much. They're too much. His contract's up the end of this year. We might look to have a sneaky bid maybe to bring him in. But with foreign player limits, that's kind of the other problem I'm finding with with bringing players around with us. Now, like I said, if you do want to have one of these guys named after you, by all means, let me know. The problem is that I can't guarantee that I can bring you with us everywhere we go. We'll make sure we go back and check on you, like we did there with Yuri Ruse, but yeah, that's the only problem. But let's not waste any more time. Let's get to our first game in this closing stage, up against Union Huaral. And this is the team we're going with. Now, Salinas, he didn't get capped, but he did get caught up to the Peruvian national team, which I'm really happy because that makes me feel like I did actually I've picked a good goalkeeper there. So he goes first in the opening game here. Colosio, Zubiat, Emerson, and Andia. Mosquera in the anchorman role. It's Goiven and Mongolan in midfield behind Karuga, Castro, and our new boy Vega up top. So we can see the way they're lining up. Now, when usually there's two like this, I like to. Well, we're going to drop Mosquera back. I like to have an extra man, so we're not marking 2-on-2 at the back. So we'll do that. But they're very defensive in midfield, so I think we'll leave Karuga up. I don't think we're going to get outnumbered here because they've just basically got a back six, don't they? So what do we want to say to this? Is there something we can say with a bit of passion? Give the fans a performance. We are at home. Let's keep it calm. Let's calmly say, let's give the fans a performance, I think. This mob weren't the strongest in the opening stage. They do have a new manager, though. So new manager bounce and all that kind of stuff. Now, with Vega up top, we know he's pacey. If you saw last episode, he's a really, really pacey striker. Good finishing and decent composure and off the ball as well. So what we're doing, again, we're going to try passing into space and not working the ball into the box. Just trying to get in behind teams nice and early here. I'm not expecting this team to play as high a line as the team we played. I forget who. Oh, Salinas with a decent save, but it's hacked away by Andia. Who was it that he scored against? I can't remember now. It was Melgar, wasn't it? I don't think they're going to play as high. They're not expected to play as high a line, but again, new manager. It's difficult to know for sure. But we'll just try it. And if that doesn't seem to be working, then we'll go back to work the ball into the box. There's more to him. He's not just sort of a hit over the head and chase, but that's definitely a potential strength of his. Yeah, not much happening early on here. Let me know what you guys think too of our chances. Top 8. I think I've read that right in the movie star rules there, that if we get top 8, as long as nobody outside the top 8 goes and wins or makes the finals or something. Vega! Did I mention he can take a free kick as well? What a strike from Alisson Vega. 1-0 just before half time. Wonderful stuff. I didn't actually think he could take a free kick. I'll be honest, I've missed that. Straight through the wall, and that is top corner, upper 90, top bins, whatever you say in your part of the world, that is where that was. 1-0, excellent stuff. And I think did we just about deserve that? We'll say we did because we're biased, but really it's been quite an even game, hasn't it? Not much has happened, and there we go. Actually, it was a sort of a tale of two free kicks at half, wasn't it? There one that Salinas saved, and then Alisson Vega just absolutely belting one into the top corner. Alright, so what do we say to this? Do we say we're not happy? I think we do. We got caught. I think it was the last game, wasn't it, of the closing opening stage. This opening stuff, it's going to confuse me. But that was where I said I was happy, but I really shouldn't have been. And this time, I'm not going to make the same mistake twice. Basically, that really wasn't good enough. It's been a Vega free kick that's got us out of trouble there, and has made us look quite good. Let's give it a demand more. I don't like that we have nervous players, but hopefully that'll pick up here. I thought we might have intercepted that. Come on, boys. Let's keep our heads here. Good defensive shape. And over the top. We should get to that. We don't. Oh, Salinas! He can't save us. And 3 minutes into the second half, we have thrown away the lead. Zubiata looks like he got absolutely done there, doesn't he? Just not strong enough. Ball comes in. You've got to be stronger there. And I tell you what, Cosio didn't cover himself in glory there either, did he? Just let his man go. All right, we've already given the man more shout, so that's fine. We haven't actually played that well here. So what we're going to do, we're going to take it off that and just try and use the ball a little bit more sensibly. And see if we can do anything here. Karuga is not having his good game. Are we seeing the end of Karuga? Is he 32? Might even be 33 now. I'm wondering if we're just starting to see his legs go. He started off this year really, really well, didn't he? And he has really just begun to fade relatively quickly, I'd say. Yeah, I don't like this. This is looking a lot like we're losing control of this game, if I'm honest. Can we nick in here and get the ball back? It's always the problem with playing against a new manager in their first game is that your scouts and analysts can't really tell you. Goiven's off. Oh, Goiven, you muppet. They can't really tell you how they're going to play because no one really knows, do they? He's should be a good player, and he's actually quite frustrating, if I'm honest. All right, so what do we do here? All right, we were going to take Karuga off anyway. I think, or do we just drop him in? We've got to go 3 in midfield, don't we? Really? We'll take off. I mean, it's sort of ready-made for Vega now, isn't it? And his pace. So we'll take him off. We'll go Karuga centrally. We'll look to push him on a little bit. Avocado can come in and do a job. We've got to actually get him forward, don't we? All right, Avocado. You're gonna have to. Who can sit better here? We need a defensive midfielder, don't we? All right, let's try Mongolan as a deep-lying playmaker then, on defense. Avocado, if you want to play on support, that's fine. Vega goes centrally. Now it is passing into space. Hit early crosses. We'll attack a little bit more narrowly, perhaps. We've got to be more disciplined. We'll play for set pieces because that could work. We don't want to lower the tempo too much. In transition, we want to try and distribute to the flanks. We want to slow it down. We really do just need to play for a point now, which is frustrating to say the least. And we've got to maybe be a little bit compact and just try and stop them from playing through us. All right. Does the plan to just hoof it to Vega, is that going to work for us? All right, come on, boys. Demand more. Demand more. There we go. I'm wondering if we bring Blocado on. He's not particularly good at playing deeper, but fresh legs. We'll bring him on. Cosio's not having his best game. Come on, boys. We've got to show some passion now. We've got to dig deep, and we need to show what we've got here. Oh, come on. Come on, Emerson. Get ahead on this, mate. Get ahead on it. Oh, wait. Salinas is there. Well done, son. Can we launch something on the back of that? I do want to stay positive because I don't want to invite them onto us. Is this highlight going to continue? It's in for Vega. We know he's got pace. He goes out for Andia. Come on, boys. Here, can we get a ball into the box here? We've got men getting forward. It's back post. It's Vega! Oh, he's missed it! Oh, was that the moment? It was a tough chance, but it was still a decent enough chance. Come on, boys. Not... Oh, no. This should be it. If we just get this clear, please. It's headed clear. And again, Vega's there. And that is that. Well... It's disappointing, isn't it? I don't know whether to say not the best, because we don't really know yet. Maybe this team will turn out to be a really, really good team. We'll say unlucky, but going down to 10 certainly didn't help, did it? So there we go. We hold on to a draw against Union Huaral. I'm going to give him a warning. It was such a pointless, needless second yellow, wasn't it? The guy was going nowhere. He didn't need to do that. Vega, quite good on debut. That was a very, very good goal. Guys, wait there. We'll be back for Cantolao, or however you say that, and see if we can rebound and get 3 points on the board. Okay, welcome back. We're up for the second game now against Cantolao, and they were away from home, but Union Huaral, they won their second game against Deportivo de Deportes. Now, they're not shocking. So, maybe that point will not be too bad when we look back at the end of the season. We'll never know, I guess. Well, we will know at the end of the season, but we won't know now. Let's have a look at the team we're sending out here. Now, there are a few changes to the team. Obviously, one of them enforced due to the red card, but Salinas in goal. Cafeteria, he goes at left back. I just think Cosio wasn't the best. He's a little bit tired. So we'll bring in Cafeteria. It's Zubieta, Emerson, and Andia as a back four. Masquera, Martinez comes in for the suspended Golan. We're going to move Guven. We're going to move Mongolan over to the deep-lying playmaker role. Vasco Fry, we're going to try him in his more preferred role here as attacking playmaker. He was really good on the left for us, so we'll see how he goes in there. And then it's Castro and Vega. They go up top again. All right, so we can see the way they're lining up. They're sort of a very big gap in midfield there, isn't it? So we'll see how we go here. I can't remember what I think. Oh, we did check. We lost to this mob last time. Now we've got to remember we drew Union Huaral last time we played them. Let's go out there and impress me, boys. A little bit of passion. So we're actually no worse off than we were in the opening stage. I would have liked. I think that's somewhere where we could have improved, but we're not worse off. So that's something. This is Salinas's former club. This is where we poached him from. So hopefully he'll go back to his old home ground and put on a display for them. Well, hopefully he'll just stand there and have nothing to do. But if he has something to do, hopefully he'll put it on a display. It looks like we've got quite the away section there, doesn't it? You will have noticed that we didn't end up signing anybody else before the transfer window closed. That's a decent ball in. It's a kickoff highlight. I would rather not go behind in the first minute. Thank you very much, boys. Cafeteria on the run, but nothing to do there. It was just a case of we had to pay transfer fees, and they were bigger transfer fees, so I didn't want to waste or spend money sort of halfway through the year. Mainly because I don't... Oh, come on. Oh, just past the post. I don't know where we're going to end up at the end of this year. When I saw that we could potentially find ourselves in the Sudamericana... Sudamericana. That might attract a better player. So I didn't want to... That's a decent looking ball for Castro. Can he square it? He can, Andy. Oh, what's there, Baker? Is he offside? I think he was offside anyway. Should he have done a little bit better there? But that was looking good, wasn't it? That was a nice little bit of play. The first we saw of Vasco too, wasn't it? In that advanced playmaking role. And he looks like he could do a job there for us. He's not maybe quite as good mentally as Karuga, but... I think physically and technically he's just as good, if not better. Certainly better physically, I would say. He goes Mongolan in for Fry. Let's see what he can do. The thing with Fry too is that he's a good dribbler of the ball, so we can get him to run at the defense, which I think that's something that Karuga couldn't really do that well. That's a stunning pass for Cafeteria. Gets the ball back in. It's there for Vega. It's there for Castro. 12th of the year for Rolando Castro. And we are 1-0 up away from home, 20-something minutes in, and that was a nicely worked goal, I would say. Vasco Fry, a stunning pass. I think we may have just found our advanced playmaker, everybody. Cafeteria, good ball in. Bit of confusion in the defence. Vega, I'm not sure if he meant to nod it down to Castro, if it just hit him in the face. But either way, it found its way to Castro, and he banged it home. That's what we like to see. 1-0. Now, can we keep a clean sheet this time, please, boys? Come on. Let's get creative again. I don't know how Vasco Fry's only playing a 6.6. Cafeteria's picked up a knock. We're going to have to bring Colosso on. What sort of a knock is it? It is a tight calf. That's probably not the sort of thing that we want to muck around with, is it? So we'll bring Cosio on. He's only going to play a half, so the tied legs, that should be fine. He's fresher than a lot of players that are on the field, so that should be fine. We do have a young left back, Carrillo, who we did play a couple of times when we first came to the club. So he can step in if Cafeteria is out. That hopefully just like the knock, the orange injury, he should be fine. I'm going to say... What do I say? Can we do an assertive things that are going well, you're capable of better? I feel like last time when I said I wasn't happy, we conceded straight after half-time. And then when I said calmly last episode, things are going well, you're capable of better, that... we actually ended up losing the second half. So, I think we were actually a little bit better that half, though. So maybe things are going well, you're capable of better is the right team talk on this particular occasion. Anything else you want to say there? Let's just try and give Cosio some green. No such luck. Excuse me. Out we go. A second goal would be a wonderful thing. A lot of space for Andia there. They do tend to play narrow, again, according to the scouts and analysts. So we are looking to exploit the flanks, hoping to find space out there. Salamas, I think he had that covered. Just watching it past the post. Let's give it a demand more. That seems to have focused everybody. Martinez only playing a 6-5. What to do here? Oh! That was a little bit closer than I would have liked. We might have to do some work on defending set pieces, I think. You may have noticed there's sort of been 2 days between games. We had a Saturday or Sunday game. This is a Wednesday game, I think, or Saturday, Wednesday, Tuesday, something like that anyway. So we haven't had much time in training, but I do think we are hanging on a little bit here, aren't we? We will need to work on defending set pieces, I think, in between games here. Or in between on training for next week, I think, because we'll have another game on the weekend. So I'll try and squeeze in a session for defending set pieces, I think. But yeah, we'll see how we go. We haven't looked too bad defensively. If anything, we look like we're lacking a little bit going forward, to be honest. In the break in between the opening and closing sessions, whatever they call them, tournaments or seasons or whatever it is, stages, that's the word I'm looking for. We sort of did a bit of work on attacking, a little bit of work on defending. Here's Vega. Can he pull it back? Oh, he's got himself! Oh, what a wonderful strike from Alison Vega. I thought he was going to pull it back because I think we had Castro running into the box late, but I don't know if he did him with the eyes or what happened there, but Vega has beaten the keeper at the near post. Watch this. I think it's this man here. We had him running in at the back post. I thought there, he's going to pull it back. And it probably was the more sensible thing to do, to be honest, because it was a tap-in. But nonetheless, he got the goal, and that's all we really care about. And that is 2-0 now to the good guys. Now, remember, we lost to this team last time. So this is a 3-point swing right now. We will end this episode, should this result hold, 3 points better off than we were in the opening stage. And let's remember, we were 6 points off second. So we would have almost halved that gap. Come on, boys, get this away, please. It's headed clear by Mosquera. Can Mongolan get onto that? No, he's as slow as a snail. Only 3 minutes to go, plus any stoppage time. We've nicked that. There we go. Vasco Fry goes early for Vega. Can't quite pick him out. We've got some tied legs. I'm wondering if we might need to make some subs here, perhaps. Time wasters, if nothing else. We've already made the one, haven't we? Because we had to bring Cosio on. Can we get to that, please? No, not quite. We might, if we get away with this. We're not going to. Alright, we're going to have to start and close this down. Should we have already been doing that? Possibly. Definitely an argument to say that. We'll slow things down there. And then what I will look to do as well is we'll make some time wasters, I think. I mean, we looked okay. I think it was just this right here. We got two people sucked into the ball. Andia was behind. He wasn't goal side, was he? Kids, that's why he stayed goal side. Oh dear. Alright, are we going to go and put this game to bed again, or are we going to stuff up royally? Mongolan, that's a cracking ball for Andia. Andia, back post for Castro. Castro! Go! Second of the game, 13th of the season, and that now is surely the game. Let's make a couple of subs here. Who's looking tired here? Vega's looking tired. Let's bring Perez on for him. And who else? We've got a very tired looking right back, don't we? So let's take him off. Very, very happy with that. 3-1. An excellent response. Really, really happy that we've pulled that back straight away. Not the best pass from Andia, but Castro brought it down. He could have, again, we could have squared it and less of a certain goal that time, I think. But really well taken by Castro, and that is job done now. Changes are made, and there we go. This should be it. Guys, if you have enjoyed that, please do hit thumbs up. It helps people find the videos in the channel, and I'm always grateful for that, so thank you so much. Thank you for your feedback in the comments, too. Ryan, Moss, David. I shouldn't start giving out names, so I'm going to forget people, but you know who you are. Thank you so much for the comments. I really, really appreciate that as well, and I will always reply, so please do leave comments if you have anything to say. So there we go. Beaten despite domination. They did have more of the ball, but, I mean, possession doesn't really matter, does it? You've got to do something with it. Quick glance at the league table, and we'll see that we are... Well, I mean, we're second. I mean, still, no, early days, obviously, and still games in hand. But that's a good, solid start for us, isn't it? That is it for today, though, guys. We will be back on Monday. That's a good way to wrap up the week. And we'll be back on Monday to start the new week with... We'll have to come back for Sporting Cristal. No, it's not a big enough gap. We'll come back for Lima, because that's the derby. So we'll come back for... Choo Choo and for Lima on Monday, so that's something to look forward to there. Like I said, guys, like and subscribe if you're new as well. Ring the bell so you don't upload new episodes. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you Monday for more Sport Boys. Take care.